Start this up real quick. Put that to the side. All right, good morning. So this is gonna be our Math 23 slash 23.5 study hall. Gonna be going over the final. All right, the final is very, very easy. You don't have to worry. Let me start by asking you, do you have a calculator?
Yeah.
Which calculator do you have? Awesome. That's the one I want you to have. That's the one I want you to have. Give me 1 second just to get a little picture of that. Yeah, just give me 1 second. Just want to get a nice little picture of that, just in case I need to, talk about it, whatever. Okay, not the best. Let me let me try something else. 1 second. Let me see if this. Ah, that's better. Much better. All right. We're gonna play around with it and see what happens, all right? So the first thing I want to do, all right, excuse me, the first thing I want you guys to do, right? I want you to take out your phones, okay? Cell phones out, and then I want you to open up this QR code right here. All right, give me 1 second. Let me make it just a little bit smaller. Yep, you have it already. Awesome, awesome. All right. So I'm actually recording this session. So for those who don't have it, here's the QR code. Just take a little snap of that, and that's gonna give you all of the questions that we're gonna go over for today. All right. Um, since everybody in the room has the TI 36X calculator, we'll be talking about that exclusively, unless somebody else walks in with another calculator. All right. Just to be clear, it's the calculator that looks like this. All right. That's a little big, but you get the idea, right? The one that looks like this. Yeah, so we're gonna be using this one. Okay, that's nice, right? We're gonna be using this throughout the workshop study hall today. All right. So let's look at what we're getting into. Your exam has about 8 questions. So it's not too bad, right? Um, I have another QR code that I really, really, really need you to do for me, please. Pretty please. All right. All right, take your phone out. Take your cell phone out. Yeah. Yes, please. So this one is really important. I need you to like scan this and then sign yourself in. It's gonna ask you for a reason for visit. Your reason is study hall.
Okay.
All right. Yep. Yeah. Whatever's easiest for you. All right. Bless you. All right. So just sign in, and when they ask you what's your reason for the visit, you're gonna say study hall. Huh? It happens.
But
A
maybe
lot.
if they would say, if they was coming a little later, I could understand that, because.
Some people probably took it already because we kind of late. I mean, today Wednesday, you know, tomorrow the last day. Yeah,
So what should I choose, probability, statistics?
yeah,
No.
yeah. Study hall.
That's an option for the course?
Yeah. Oh, that's your reason for visit. Are you good over there filling it out? Oh, awesome. Okay.
I'm gonna do it over the other one, he's been 28.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Excuse me 1 second.
Finish on one, right? Yeah. I'll find it.
So you probably didn't get this earlier, so let me I'll give you this.
They gave me something wrong. This one's sausage, excuse me.
Nice. So wait, here. Here's another QR code right here. This is for all the problems that we're gonna do today. So
Okay.
yeah, scan it. Yeah, it's different though. It's not the same thing.
You want to eat at home, that's all. I'm gonna be here at home. We're very.
You might be too close. Like you got to get the whole square. Why don't you sit over here? Because okay. All right.
I'll sit here.
Oh, in the front right here.
Me eat this then.
Okay. Because I'm not actually gonna write right here. I'm just sitting here. You know, everything is gonna be right there in the middle. Yeah. Are y'all good with the lights?
Hmm?
Y'all good with the lights? I want me to change the lights up a little bit. Let's see if I can. Let's see. Okay, the screen pop for you.
Go. Go for me.
Sorry.
For me.
But it makes the screen look brighter. However, there's another thing I could do too. Let me try it out, then you tell me what you think. And then if not, then we'll go back to.
You don't have any high pepper, right?
No. The pantry probably. How about this?
Look at that. He has a big thing on coffee, that's gonna last her. She's prepared.
Yeah, we are, Dunkin' Donuts not far from here, you know. Dunkin' Donuts not far from here. It's on Burnside.
I'll have to take it off.
Take the shuttle. You take the shuttle. Erica will take you there.
I will pick up.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So wait, did you get this QR code? Because I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, so it's
As long as you got it. Yeah, it's just giving you the excuse me, it's giving you the questions that we're gonna go over today.
it says Google. No, I haven't installed it.
Oh, the Google Sheets, you mean? Okay.
So,
Excuse me one second, I got hiccups. Sorry about that. I had hiccups a second ago. All right, so let's jump into what we're gonna jump into today. All right. Bless you. So the first question on your exam, right, is gonna be a question like this. Now, of course, everything we're going over today is similar to the exam. It's not the exact same question, but it's something to just say like you get the idea, you know? So you're gonna have five numbers, right? In a nutshell. You're gonna have five numbers, and then we're gonna ask you for the median, the mean, and the standard deviation. That's question one, right? So this says Roberto psychology test scores are given in the table as follows: 95, 78, 63, 88, 85. We want to find the median, and then we want to find the sample mean, and then we want to find the sample standard deviation. Let's start with the median real quick. I want to start with the median. Somebody tell me though, how do I find the median? What do I have to do first? To find the median, what do I have to do first? What do I have to do to the numbers?
the middle number,
Put them in order, right? So I like to go from smallest to largest. You can go from largest to smallest if you like, right? That is an option, but I like to go from smallest to largest. So put this in order for me real quick.
63, 78, 85, 88, 95.
88, no. 85, then 88. Be careful on the exam with that, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to choose the middle number. Now, this is my process for choosing the middle number, right? I like to knock off one from each end. Boom, boom. And then the one that's in the middle is my answer. That's just my technique, you know? Some people could just look at it and be like, oh, 85. That's fine. You know? That's fine. All right. Let's look at the mean, shall we? This is B. So we want to find a sample mean. Now, on your formula sheet, the sample mean is here. X bar is equal to the sum of X divided by N, right? Real quick. I just want to show you on the formula sheet where it actually is. So just bear with me one second.
Is that on the same sheet?
It's the formula sheet, yeah.
They told me it's not that. They sent me an email and told me that sheet is not the sheet.
Which sheet is not the sheet?
But it,
I don't know. One second. Let me just make this a little bit brighter. Okay. So on your formula sheet, more specifically, right here, This is in chapter 3. That's your sample mean formula right there. X bar is equal to the sum of X divided by N. All right. So you don't have to memorize it. It's already there for you. All right. That being said, let's knock out this question. When I say sum of X, that's what the sigma means right there. This is called sigma, right? That's like capital S in like the Greek language, right? When I say sum of X, what do I mean? Right. I want to add up everything, right? So this is 63 plus 78 plus 85 plus 88 plus 95. Now you don't have to put them in order. I'm simply just copying from what's above. All right.
You said sum of.
Sum means add up all the numbers together, right? And then N, right? N is my sample size. You know what? I messed up. I should have showed you on the formula sheet where N is as well. Let me rectify that real quick. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't do so good a job in my copying and pasting. Let me just rectify this real quick. All right. Just so you can see where I'm talking about. See, I want to delete that. I apologize for the confusion. This is what I wanted to share with you. Let me just make that a little bit smaller.
When you're gonna have a question.
All right, no problem. So this is your formula sheet right here. N is your sample size. At the very top, that's where it is. So over here, what is my sample size? 5, right? So sample size is the count. Is how many numbers do I have there? I have 5. After that, a little bit of calculator, all right? Just add it all up, put it in. Tell me what you get. You have 409, okay? Divided by 5, right? Okay. And then what's the final answer after that?
I mean, it was like eight.
81.8. That's excellent. All right. So now just checking. Does anybody need help typing this in the calculator? You good? You know how to do this in the calculator?
Yeah, them have
You
some.
good? All right.
If we just add in and put 409/5, they will, that's fine with it.
No. That's wrong.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, that's wrong. That's 0 right there. Yeah, I want 81.8.
No,
Yeah.
okay. I'm talking about the step where it has the 5 numbers over the 5.
Mm.
If we were to skip that and put 409, they're gonna take off a point.
Oh, like you go like 409 over 5 and then 81.8.
Okay, let's say we do.
So you're saying that you don't want to write this step. That's what you're saying. Okay.
If I forget to put it on the paper, I'm just wondering, are they gonna take something off or it has to be shown?
No, when you're a professor, they'll take something off. Yeah. Some people are really like into showing work, you know? So like this is the full work right here.
Yeah.
Right? Real quick, I just want to verify that is correct because I didn't do it ahead of time. All right, I got the same answer as you. Okay. So you good. You know how to do it in the calculator, right? No questions? All right. Let's keep it moving then. All right. Hey, what's up, man? It's for 23. Good. All right, cool. All right. Let's do that part C now, right? So part C is asking you for the standard deviation, right? Now, again, you don't got to memorize it. It's already on the formula sheet. All right. Let me get that to you real quick. 1 second. All right, it's in chapter 3. I'm just gonna grab it for you guys real quick. I don't want to like take up the whole page, so I'm just giving you a little snippet of the formula sheet. Let me erase this real quick. Put the formula sheet right here. All right, there we go, right? Well, you know what? I forgot to do this. 1 second. Sorry about that. So here we are, right? We want the sample standard deviation. This is the one we're gonna rock with. Right? That's the easiest one. So to do the sample standard deviation, we have to make like a little bit of a chart kind of thing, right? We have to write down all our x's and write down all our x squares and then find their sums. It's the sums that I'm gonna plug into the formula, right? And this is the formula. This is coming from chapter 3, as you can see on your formula sheet. So you don't gotta memorize it. All right. So that being said, just bear with me 1 second because I gotta go back up and all of this stuff. So this is, oops. Let me get my pen real quick. So this is C, right? And then just bear with me 1 second. I want to grab the numbers. So this is going to be my X's right here. So 63, 78. Yeah, just bear with me a little bit. 85, 88. Let me grab that last one, 95. All right. Now, somebody told me earlier that the sum of X is equal to 409, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we good to go with that. So now all I need to do, I need to find the squares of each one of these numbers, right? So I want to square them. And then at the end, after I square them, I want to find the sum of those squares. All right. So when I say square, I'm going to type in, like, for example, 63 raised to the second power. Does everybody know how to type that in their calculator? Good. Huh? Yeah, you can. Yeah. In the library, yeah. So when you walk up the stairs, you just make a left right there. You can get a calculator there. When is your test? Yeah. At 12? Got you. All right. Yeah. No. You're gonna do 63 squared. So 3,969. Very good. So type the number first. Right. So let's do the next one. Type in 78. And then you want to raise it to the second power. All right.
How do I do that?
I got you.
How do I do it in here?
I'm gonna show you. All
Okay.
right. It's 6,084, you said?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna show you right now.
Okay, yeah, so I said, oh, I haven't even done that yet. So you, and since, in this calculator, remember before we used to do it, before in the beginning, he never
Let
really
you,
was using this, so thank you.
yeah. So look, for example, I'm gonna go over it real quick. So 85 squared, right? So if I want to do 85 squared in the calculator, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna hit the 85, right? So this is where the 8 is, this is where the 5 is, right? So boom, you got the 85. Then you want to raise it or you want to square it, right? You just hit this button right here. That's the square. And then you're going to hit enter. This is where the enter button is. All right. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Try it out real quick, right? I heard it was 7,000. 225, 225, right? Yeah. You got it too? All right. So that's how you square. All right, so let me come back up here. Oh my Lord, what's happening? Here we go. 7,225. All right, what's 88? 1,744. Good. And what's the last one? 95. 1,025. I was gonna bet that was 10,000. I didn't. Yeah. Right. Right. All right. So now here's the hard part, right? We want to add all of these numbers up together, right? Remember, that's what the sum of x squared is, right? So we want to add up all those numbers. So what do you get when you add these up? 34,427, you said? Okay. Oh, wait, like 34,047? Got you, my fault. All right. No, I'm sorry? And 47. Yeah, you're right. So I'm just gonna verify it real quick. All right. Okay, okay. Good, good. So look, I'm just gonna verify it. It's gonna take me a second. All right. Yeah, that's the main one we're gonna use right here. Okay. All right. 3969-6084-7225-774-9025. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. And then let me check the 409. Let's see if we got that. Yep, 409 is correct. And let's see the 34,000 right here. 34,047. Very good. Well done. All right.
Yeah,
Remember, that's on your formula sheet. All right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now, let me leave it right here. Now, I'm going to erase this part, okay? These numbers right here. Uh-huh.
They come with this full one, right? At least one of this full one.
What, the formula sheet?
One of this full thing.
Yeah. This is an actual question. Yeah. Just for space, I'm going to delete this real quick. All right. So now we're good to go, right? I got everything that I need for this question. All I have to do is just plug it in to get the sample standard deviation, right? So let's do it out. So yeah, that's part of it, the formula, right? So we have the sample standard deviation is equal to the square root of the sum of x squared minus the sum of x squared divided by n, and then all of that divided by n minus 1, right? We're going to plug in our numbers. So what do we have? We have the square root of 409. Oh, I see I made a mistake. Nobody said nothing. I said the wrong thing. Why am I not erasing? Hold on. Hold on 1 second. My erase is acting up. 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. My erase is here acting up. It's not. Second, we just check this. Okay, let's try that one again. So I'm gonna have the square root. 1215. All right. I'm gonna check it. So let me just plug in the numbers real quick, right? So it's 3,000, excuse me, 34,047, right? And then we want to minus 409 squared divided by n, which is 5. Very good. And then all of that, exactly 5 minus 1. And then the rest of this, you just do in the calculator, right? You just write it up and then that's it. And then what did you say it was? 12 what? So like 12.15? Okay, awesome. All right. So that's what we got as an answer. I am going to verify it. Second. Doo, doo, doo. Put it right here. So I got the square roots. Minus. Uh-huh. Seconds. By 5. And then second. Five, 5 minus 1. Okay. I got you. I got it. So, all right, so I got the same answer as you. Very good. All right. Um, are you good with typing this in, or do you need to see how? Do you need to see how to type this in?
No. Oh. I've seen something on it.
So when you type it in, it should look exactly like this. All right, it should look exactly like the way this looks here, the way I wrote it out. But it's all right. Let's go over it. This one. I got you. I got you. I'm gonna show you. I got you.
They already, so you start off as, okay.
All right. So the first thing you're gonna hit, right, is you're gonna hit the second button, which is right here, and then you want to hit the square root button, right? So when that happens, it's all right. I'll keep it as this color because this thing acting up right now. Go ahead. All right. When that happens, you're gonna have the square root appear on your calculator, right? The next thing that you want to do after you hit that is you want to hit the fraction button. The fraction button, right? When you hit the fraction button, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have a square and then a line and then a square appear on the calculator, right?
Yeah.
After that now, right? You want to enter in your numerator, right? So the numerator, just to recap, the numerator was the 34,047 minus, right? And then here's what you want to do after that, right? Keep in mind, we're here. This is what it looks like in the calculator. Right after that, you want to hit the fraction button again, right? And when you hit the fraction button again, another little fraction thing is going to appear right up here, right? And then this one and this on the top part, you're going to put the 409 squared. And on the bottom part, you're gonna put the 5. And then when you go down, this bottom part here, this one is gonna be the 5 minus 1. Then when you hit enter, again, this is enter right here. This is gonna give you the 12.15 answer that we got here. All right. Questions on this? Yeah. Yeah.
Minus the square root. And then, okay, we're talking,
Yeah.
which I don't think can be done. Okay, so. Should I do this in here?
Yeah.
Just like the same, exactly you see it, just like.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I'm saying is see here,
Mhm.
this is different from.
What about you, man? Are you good with the standard deviation?
It's not like he's pressing the button.
Oh, we get into that. I'm gonna get to that. Don't worry. I got you. I think so.
Get it?
Yeah. All right.
So I don't start with, let me do it, let me set it up this way and see. 34.
But overall, though, this first question, when we have 5 numbers, we're straight. Mean, median, mode. Excuse me, mean, median, mean, and the standard deviation. Dude, hold on. I'm gonna tell you right now. 14. Yeah, 14 points for the first question. That's TI-83, yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so I'm here. Then
Uh-huh.
divide and then then go down. Put the division and then go down.
Yeah, divide.
Divide and then
What's the N?
5.
Write it.
So go down now or
No,
just still
write the
right
5.
there,
Where's the
okay?
5? Go down.
Okay.
All right, 5 minus 1. Enter.
Enter.
That's it.
Okay.
Mhm. All right, so we're good to go with that. All right. My fault. Let me just go back for a second before we move on to the next one. I got a couple QR codes for you real quick. So take your phone out, open this up. This is gonna be all the problems that we're gonna go over today. All right, just so you can have them for yourself. All right. And then let me get you to do one more thing for me. Yeah. You got that already. Yeah. All right. This one, can you do this other QR code for me real quick? Just scan it and then sign in for me. And then when it asks you what your reason for your visit is, you're gonna say study halls. Okay. All right, appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right. Question for you though, man. What's up? How are you? Question for you, man. Is hypothesis test your only question that you got? Is the hypothesis test the only question you got? How you doing, man? I miss you, man. We gotta catch up sometime. Yeah.
Yeah, like I need to from chocolates, like six to like 9.
Oh, you need all of that. All right. Let me see what I could do real quick. What's up, man?
Stop a show.
Good.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow,
How's
let's take this
everything?
for like 30 minutes.
30.
Yeah.
Are you taking early?
Yeah, I'm taking mine today because I got somewhere to be tomorrow. So I'm either gonna take my shit.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna jump to like the chapter 6 question and the 7 and then the 9, right? Just because you got his test a little bit. All right. But I'll go back. All the stuff I skip, I'm gonna go back, all right? Promise. Yeah. And then huh?
So it's not me the truth, and you just give me like this.
Oh, like my name, Christopher Lee. Yeah, or Chris Lee, whatever. Yo, real quick, you got your phone?
Yeah.
Let me give you two things real quick. So if you scan this QR code right here, this is all the questions that we're going over today.
Okay.
Slash, that's what's gonna be on your test.
Now I'm coming to some of these. I think I'm ready. You know,
Yeah.
I think I'm ready. I just had to go over hypothesis testing and confidence intervals. But
Oh yeah, we gonna do that right now.
Alright.
And then real quick, this last one right here. Like just scan that real quick and just sign in for me.
Gotcha.
But when it asks you for like what your reason for the visit is, just say study hall. Right? Yeah. All right, bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna jump ahead, then I'm gonna jump back. 1 second. You straight on chapter 5, right? Yeah, you straight on chapter 5, right?
Chapter 5.
And in the or.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just talking from 6. You might not have time for chapter 5. I'm not going to.
All right.
Shit, I say focus on whichever chapter has more questions. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like if it's more chapter 5 on the test than it is chapter 6, 7, you know what I'm saying?
To be honest with you, there's like one from each chapter, yeah. But they not weighted the same, you know. But he got
He wants his more.
yeah. He got his test in an hour.
Yeah, it was at 12, right? Yeah, I'm about to be there too. It's at like
Yeah.
what room is it?
No, mine's just that, potato chip program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think mine over here.
got you.
I don't know where mine at.
They probably put you in another person's class.
Not in, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
I put in my notes, I put NH 34, so I think that means Norfolk 134.
Yeah. That's actually around here. Like this is 130, so it's probably right behind it. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's look at chapter 6 real quick, right? So this is binomial probability right here. So it says a soccer player makes 80% of the goals she attempts, right? So help me out real quick. 80% of the goals that she attempts, right? What's 80%? What is that gonna be? It is 0.80, but give me what letter that represents. That's my
Should be.
your P, right? That's my probability of success right here. Right? Suppose that she attempts 12 goals. Right? What's 12? Not R.
No, and my and.
N, right? This is my sample size right here. Right? All right, first question. What is the probability that she will make more than 7 goals? All right, let's talk about that. Yo, what calculator are you rocking with?
Thank you, bro. This shit be telling me I gotta
Oh,
physically
man.
move that. That's the only thing that's wrong with it though, is the decimals. Like I be having to move my own
You
decimals.
comfortable with that?
I'm gonna have to be. I don't got the ID, so I can't go borrow one from up there or whatever. But
You don't got the digital ID?
you got how long you stay here? Cause my test from 12 to 150. How long you gonna be right here for?
We finish at 1.
We'll give it back. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yo, low key, I'm hooking you up right now because this is it.
I'm in chapter 7, then right next to each other. I'm good.
You in chapter 7? But I started it already, man. All right, let me finish. All right, come on. All right. So look, real quick. I mean, if you want to take her calculator, I'll show you how to use it right now. Yeah.
I gotta make sure I get it back to her. That's my main concern.
Yeah.
She got her test.
Oh, it's tomorrow? You going to tutoring today? All right, I'll take it.
He said, I can give it to him if that were.
Yeah.
You know.
Just come to me over there and drop it off.
I ain't gonna come tomorrow, so I'm gonna give it
Yeah.
back to him. I ain't
Yeah.
coming tomorrow.
Just
I'm
come
gonna be in the
just
shade.
come to the tutoring and just like, leave that. All right. So we got the probability of more than 7, right? So what does that mean, right? That means that they want to know the probability of X what? All right, greater than 7, right? So that's going to be the probability of 8 plus the probability of 9 plus you get the idea all the way to the probability of 12. That's it, right? And then basically we just look it up in the table, or you could use your calculator, whichever one y'all want.
Take
Alright.
it way easier.
Table way easier. All right, we're gonna do the table then. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta grab this off the table. All right. So you guys have the binomial distribution table. Well, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this real quick.
I mean, I could just tell you what they.
No,
got-
but
they
nah,
got
but I wanna show it though. That's why. Hey, how you doing? Nah, we doing calculus. Nah, I'm messing with you. Come in. It's 23. Oh, I forgot. What's my probability of success again? 0.80. All right, bet. See, appreciate that. All right, so if you look on your formula sheet, right, the first thing you want to identify is you want to identify where is your n, right? So the n is given at the top of the page. I did not think that this would come out here. Apologize for that, man. Anyway, the n is right here. Top corner of your binomial distribution table, right? Our n in our case is 7, right? So this is the 7 portion right here, right? Our probability of success was 0.80 right here, right? So you're gonna have to go down to the column where it's 0.80. So for me, that column is the last column. Hold on. Yeah, that column is this column right here. All right. I did that on purpose. I know y'all don't have that luxury on your exam. Use your IDs. Y'all have your IDs, right? You could use your ID to cover part of it, so that you can clearly see what's going to be what.
That
That's
was
an
smart.
idea.
You definitely be using the
Yeah.
wrong chart.
Yeah, yeah,
He said use your ID to cover it up so
Yeah.
you know exactly, because my dumb ass
Yeah.
may be in the wrong column. and you fucking-
right. You know, yeah. So, right, we want to know the probability of more than 7, right? So we agree that that's going to be 8 or more, right? You know what? Hold on. I done copied the wrong table. I'm so sorry. Let me try that one again. It's supposed to be the 12. Very good. I copied the wrong table. 1 second. Let me just fix that real quick. Whoops. Because our N was most definitely 12. Sorry about that. It's all right. Because you know what? The 12 looks better than the 7. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The 12 looks better than the 7. Let me get a new one. Hold on. Let me get it from right here. All right. Now we got 0.80, right? I'm just gonna cut off the rest of that. Boom. Oh, this looking nice right here. This is looking nice right here. Look at this. 12 is beautiful. 12 is immaculate. Look at this. Because we looking good right here. All right. So my N right here is 12. Here goes a 12, right? My probability of success is 0.80. There goes a 0.80 right there, right? Right? And I want more than 7. And we agree that the numbers that are more than 7 are the 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, right? So all you have to do, all you have to do is just add up those numbers here. Now I'm on the computer, so I could, I'm sorry, what is all this going on right here? I'm on the computer, so I could do some things to make sure I'm accurate, right? For you guys on the test, I'm saying use your ID, and maybe that'll help you cover over the portion that you don't need and stuff like that. But anyway, the answer to this, your
You don't think
BCC
your
ID.
professor not gonna be like, yo, you can't do that?
Listen,
Yeah, it's your BCC ID.
yeah, but listen.
I-
No,
Yeah.
yes. But this,
Yeah. You could use the card. You could use the.
You can take your test, but I don't know who I'm taking. my
Yeah,
test.
you could take the card from the calculator and actually use that card.
I
You know,
took
to
formula
do it.
sheets of money. Like,
and she took my stuff. I'm not talking about, I said, don't touch my stuff. I said, you can check
Mhm.
everything. And you can get it, she didn't anything.
Yeah, but on the test, they're probably gonna give you a brand new one though.
So a brand new formula sheet?
Yeah,
Okay.
tell that to your professor.
Survey before.
Tell that to your professor.
Okay.
280,
Then 7. Okay.
283. I'm just copying these numbers down. Plus 0.206 plus 0.069. So I heard, what is it? 0. What? 927. And that's it. That's the whole answer for part A. All right. So if you're wondering what's happening right now, I'm like jumping ahead because like some people got their exam in like a few minutes. So I'm just answering their particular questions, and I'm gonna go back and everything that I skipped, I'm gonna go back over. All right. So we're going like 6, 7, 8, and then we're gonna just jump back to the other stuff. All right. All right. So everybody's good with adding the numbers, right? I don't gotta show that. Go ahead. Yeah.
When it say more than, right, when
Yeah.
it's more than, at least, taller than,
Yeah.
any of that, right?
Yeah.
That's when you go ahead and subtract the probability, well, the probability for one, right?
In
If
chapter
they
in
less
chapter
than, you just
7.
Leave it at, right?
In chapter 7, yes.
Chapter 7 only.
Yeah.
What's that? That
Yeah.
is.
The normal distribution. Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah. All right, real quick, right? The next thing that they ask you for is your expected value, right?
Hey, so that.
Mhm. Yeah, that's coming next.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
you don't subtract it from the hypothesis.
If it's greater than.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
do, so hypothesis assessing the normal distribution. and
Right.
Common residual theory. Just.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah.
Thank you.
For binomial, because you're using a table, you don't gotta worry about that. Yeah.
That's those are the only two things I'm really worried about.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right, good luck, man. Probability of success is gonna be 80%. Right? Okay. So part B, real quick, is asking you for your expected value and your standard deviation. Real quick, let me just get that for you off the formula sheet so you can see. All right. It's going to be found in chapter 6 on your formula sheet. Huh? NP.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the expected value, and then the other one's for the standard deviation. Yeah. So I just want to show you guys where that is. So there you go on the formula sheet right here. Chapter 6. Mean is going to be your expected value. So this is expected value right here. And then this one is your standard deviation. So for expected value, it's as simple as just n times p, right? All right. So mu,
Sometimes.
don't be. At the top of the page, it tells you what it is, sample size. That's it. So n times p, right? In this case, it's going to be 12 times 0.8, right? Little calculator, and you get that. Anybody got the answer for me? 0.96, like 0.96?
Yeah, 0.96.
Is it? I don't know.
Wow.
I feel like it should be a whole number. 12 times 0.8?
Yeah, I knew I just calculated in my head. It goes on the point.
Like 0.96? Nah. 9.6. That sounds better. Yeah. So 8 times 12 is 96, and you move the decimal one spot.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. But anyway, right? That's my standard deviation. Woo, that's my expected value, right? Which is mu. My standard deviation, sigma, is equal to the square root of n times p times 1 minus p, right? Now, you might be saying, like, where 1 minus p come from? It's right here. Right there in the formula sheet, right? Chapter 6, right there. So then now we just plug in our numbers. It's going to be the square root, right? So second square root, and just type in the numbers straight. 12 times 0.8 times, O parentheses, 1 minus 0.8. What happened? The standard deviation, right? Yeah. So that's going to be part C in the chapter 6 question, right? So part B, what's the expected value? That's the expected value. Part C, what is the standard deviation? That's it. And you just type it in the calculator and you just press enter. 1.38. Okay. Oh, it is a 5. There's a 5 right after?
Yes.
Yeah, so then that should be 1.39. I'm gonna be honest with you about something, right? I'm not a fan of rounding, right? So I like to just write out every single number there, you know?
This case for us, you have to write the whole thing out, then you have to put, that's how he does it. You have to write every single thing.
This is writing every single thing out. You got the formula,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
plug in the numbers, and you get the answer.
Like, oh, he did whatever, he wants to see all of that.
That's what I want to see, right? That's how I like it. Everything. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't see no.
Yeah.
Connection. Fine.
Right. Got you. All right, so we good on chapter 6. I could jump to 7 real quick. Like more. This is 6. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Tell me when to stop. Oh, you mean the question itself, right? I see. Yeah. Got you. Which one? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. This part right here, right? You're welcome. So second and then square root. It's in yellow. Mhm.
It happens to be that we encounter the 0.000. Let's just say.
It's just 0. That's just 0. Yeah.
Still add it up.
Yeah.
Add it as part of the stuff. Okay.
Yeah. You know what's something else I just forgot, man? Hold on.
That's what I was doing that, and that's right, I can't remember. It was 12 times. 0.8. Right? Wait, that's the one we need, right?
That's the one I would recommend.
Yes.
That's the 83. I could show you how to use it, but it's different. Yeah. So listen, I need a favor from y'all real quick. I'm gonna pass this around. Little attendance sheet real quick. What I really need, like first name, last name, full ID, and then your email, right? Email is very important because again, I'm recording this, I'm gonna send this to you, right? So you can watch it later. Alright? I am recording, yeah. Alright. All right, so I can move on. All right, I'm jumping to chapter 7 now. All right, chapter 7 is 19 points. All right, it has 2 parts to it.
Yeah, what you saying about the rounding part? Cause it was 1.38, right? And then you said,
I don't like to round, write everything.
you write it out.
Yeah, write everything.
So
Yeah.
it's still
Like-
correct.
It'll still be correct, yeah. I like 9 decimal places. That's what I like.
This.
The whole thing. The whole thing. And then I put a heart right around the answer. Right? You know,
You said it-
and I put a heart around the answer. Yeah.
That's-
Mhm. That's him. I like everything. I'm not a rounder. You know? But
But if you found though, it should always be to the second decimal place, right?
ask your professor. Depends on what he says. You know? If it was me and I was gonna round, I would round to the 4th decimal place. Right? That's my preference, right? But I don't like to round.
But
Mhm.
everybody.
Yeah.
I'm.
So you said chapter 7 is 14 points?
19 points. And it has two parts to it. Gotcha.
Erase that.
All right, so look, this is question 7 right here. All right. So it says, let X be a random variable that represents the length of time it takes a student to write a response paper. It was found that X has an approximately normal distribution. See how it says normal distribution? That's how you know this is 7, right? You're gonna find your Z, then you're gonna look it up. All right, that's it. Now we have a mean of 4.2 hours. We highlight that. And a standard deviation of sigma is equal to 1.2 hours. All right. Now, looking at the first question, right? What is the probability that it takes at least 6 hours for a randomly selected student to write a response paper? Right? Oh no, he's good. He's good. Yeah. It's like when y'all done, just pass it up to me. All right. All right. So let's look at this. Thank you. I appreciate you. So what is the probability of at least? What is the probability of at least 6? Yeah,
6 or more.
good. X greater than equal to 6, all right? Very good, very good. Now, I don't know how to do that. So we have to change this into a Z distribution, right? All right. So then now, what's the Z formula? Close. I want the other one.
Oh,
If it's not given, isn't it gonna be X minus U?
That's what it is, right? So it's going to be Z greater than or equal to X minus mu over sigma. All right.
see?
Mm-hmm. Bear with me 1 second, real quick. I just want to show y'all where that is.
What X minus. U equals standard deviation, no?
Mm-hmm. That's what that is. Because that's the way it looks. So this part is gonna be in chapter 7. Here it is on the formula sheet, just to show you. All right, chapter 7 is called standard score. That's it right there. X minus mu over sigma, right? Now, we know what X and mu and sigma are, right? We're just going to plug them in. Keep it simple. So this is going to become what? Probability of Z greater than or equal to, what's my X?
No, we don't know that.
We do. I'll give you a hint. It's right next to the X.
Where is our one?
It's the number that's right next to the X. Exactly. Now we're talking. So 6 minus what's my mean? Good. Over 1.2. Very good. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. So this is gonna become probability of Z greater than or equal to. What's that in the calculator? 6 minus 4.2 divided by 1.2. What is that? Let me verify it.
Divided by 1.2.
Yeah.
2.1.
I got 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're going to use a table, you need an extra decimal place. So this is going to be 1.50. All right. All right.
Okay.
Now we have an issue with our table, right? Our table cannot give us probabilities that are greater than. They can only give us probabilities that are less than. So we have to do what's called the complement of it, right? So the complement of this is going to be 1 minus the probability of Z less than or equal to 1.50.
It's the same forms you do.
Right. The table at the end, it only gives us probabilities that are less than. It doesn't give us probabilities that are greater than. What happened?
No, I get it.
Mhm. Did you type it in the way that I have it written up here?
6 minus 4.2
Mhm.
divided by 1.2. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Did it wrong?
Yeah. Yours don't look like the way mine looks. Hit the fraction button first. Okay. Do 6 minus 4.2, click enter, and then divide it.
Fine.
Enter. Then divide by 1.2. Do it step by step. Right?
I'm gonna do the,
Click enter, then divide.
So don't do the,
Don't do it the way you just did it.
so like,
Yeah.
put it in here then?
Yeah, like that. Yeah. 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 As long as it looks like the way I'm writing it, you good to go. All right. All right. Anyway, now, right? Let's look at the table real quick. Let me grab it real quick. Give me 1 second. Just bear with me 1 second. What was it? 1.50? All right.
Put that up on the rate.
Exactly. I don't want to make too big a image, so I'm just grabbing what I can, you know. So here you go. This is the table right here. This is our normal distribution table, right? Table 3. All right. Now, real quick, I just want to look at this picture that we have right here, right? It says the table entry for Z is the area to the left of Z, right? So what that means is that all of these probabilities that you have right here, they're all less than, right? Not greater than, not in between. They're all less than, right? So that's the reason why we have to do the complement. And then anyway, what did you get? Very good, right? So that's this number right here. Right, we go to 1.5 on the left, and we go up top to where the other decimal place is 0. All right, so 99332, right? This is gonna become 1 minus 0.9332. And when you do it in the calculator, what do you get? What?
I mean, that's.
Oh yeah, because it's symmetric. Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to keep it easy, just use the picture. You know that it's always going to be less than, and then when you have a question that's for greater than, just do 1 minus. To me, that's the easier way. So look, whenever they ask you a question that's greater than, you know you got to do 1 minus. And anytime they ask you a question that's less than, then you know you can just copy from the table. You know? Yeah. But real quick, what's 1 minus 0.9332? 0.06 what? 6. Right. Yeah. Well, no, less than, you just copy whatever's on the tables. But if they ask you a question that's greater than, like this is, you do the 1 minus like this. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Negative, you just go on negative side, positive, on positive side. Yeah. What you don't understand about it? From right here, 6 minus 4.2 over 1.2.
Oh, that's the Z score?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And then you just look it up. All right. So we good? We good on part A?
Yeah.
All right, let's look at part B. Part B got a whole nother formula to it. You good, you good. Just 1 minus the answer you got on the chart.
0.068. That's not what you have there.
And that's the answer. I agree with
That's
you.
what you got there.
I know it's not there. Because somebody likes the rounds. That's why. All right. Yeah. Yes. Unless your calculator's doing that. Mhm. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
like this, you can keep the long numbers.
That's what I love. I want 19 decimal places, 18 decimal places. That's what I like. Yeah.
He won't give you, he won't mark a voltage mark, but he will mark it.
That's full credit though. That's full credit. All right, so just to recap, my mean is 4.2, my standard deviation is 1.2. Let's go over the story again. Let X be a random variable that represents the length of time it takes a student to write a response paper. It was found that X has an approximately normal distribution with mean mu equals 4.2 and standard deviation sigma equals 1.2. Let's look at part B. Suppose 28 students are selected at random, right? Okay, 28 students. What's that? That's what I'm talking about right there. Very good. All right, that's my N. Right? Are selected at random. What is the probability that the mean time X bar of writing a research paper for these 28 students is not more than 5 hours? Help me out. Not more than 5 hours. What does that mean?
It's less than 5.
Good.
XM equal to 5.
Exactly, right? So we want the probability of not more than 5. And then we said that that's gonna become the probability of X bar, right? Less than, is it less than or less than or equal to?
More than 5.
All right, so less than or equal to, good, 5. Just like that, right? Again, though, like the previous question, I don't know how to do it. So we have to change this into a normal distribution, right? This is gonna become probability of Z, right? Less than or equal to, what's the formula?
Simple.
No, different formula, different formula. It's all right. It's all right though. I didn't show you guys that. So that's my fault.
Down to the local, right?
Not the raw score. No, that's not on this test. I got you.
Mean mean divided by the, X.
No. I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. So this is it right here, where it says standard score. That's our formula. This is in chapter 7. All right. So boom. Let's go back. This is X bar minus the mean mu divided by the standard deviation sigma divided by the square root of n. Just like that. Right? After that, what do we want to do? Plug in the numbers. It's that simple. Plug in the numbers. This becomes probability of Z less than or equal to, what's X bar? 5. Very good. Minus, what's the mean? Let me scroll up for that. 4.2. Good. Over, what's the standard deviation? 1.2. Very good. Over the square root of what? The square root of what? Of 12. The square root of what? 28. Now we're talking. Okay, okay. All right. And you said you got it for me already? Say it again. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Let me verify that. Good. Are you? Huh? 27? What do you mean by 27? Like after the 2 is a 7? Okay. Yes. Let me verify it real quick. All right. Good luck on your final, man. Huh?
You don't have to remember.
You don't have to. Yep, I agree with you. So we can rewrite this as probability of Z less than or equal to 3.53. All right. Now this one we can look up directly off of the table. We don't have to do no 1 minus, nothing like that. Just copy the answer and that's it. All right. Let's take a look at the table real quick.
Go back to the table.
Yeah. Always go back to the table. All right.
3.52.
3.53. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So here. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. You got to round off because of the next number that's there. Yeah. If you're using the table, yes. Yeah.
And someone told me like this, they said, always around like, to the third decimal place. So if the third decimal place is seven is greater than five, you just move the second decimal place up one. That.
Like what? Give me an
that
example.
was-
Yeah.
The third decimal place is seven, which is greater than five.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, that's correct. That's correct. All right, so when I look it up in the table, right? Here it is. Here's the answer right here in the table. Read it to me. Nope. It's on the board. Read it to me. What does it say?
Oh, but I don't see it here.
It's on the board. I got you.
I know, but I wanna know where it is. Well, there's.
It's in the table. 0.997. No. What does it say? Read it. What does it say?
People are finding out.
What does it say?
On the table.
It is. It's right there. Read it. What does it say? It's on the board.
Oh.
Exactly. All right. So this is my answer. 1.00. All right.
So I can get 3.49.
Right.
1.000.
Exactly. Exactly. Alright. Yeah.
So,
All right.
if I was sleeping at 3.5, I would get.
What do you mean?
It's sleeping at-
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That 3 matters. Yeah.
So the answer
Huh?
would be 1.000.
1.000.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah.
So that's at the very bottom of the table. It says
Yeah.
that. There's also a little fine print on the other side for the negative, right? If it's less than negative 3.49, you're going to use just 0 to approximate it. Yeah.
I'm saying they can never teach it. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
Not for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got you. I got you. All right. So that's part B. You feel like you're good? I just see mad people walking in with food, yo. I don't know where they going. All right. So we good, right?
Yeah. It's a-
Alright.
All
All right. Remember, they got coffee over in CPH.
Yeah.
CPH. I'm in the wrong thing. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna jump to chapter 8. Oh, by the way, if you're just walking in, like here, let me get your first name, your last name, your info, and your email. The email is really important. All right. I'm actually recording this session, so I'm gonna email it to y'all. All right. It's possible to get 100. Why settle for 80?
That's okay. I said, I just wanted to eat and I got to do 70.
Huh. Aim for 100, settle for a 99. All right, real quick. This is the chapter 8 question. All right. It's gonna take us 2 seconds because this is like the lightest question ever. And then after that, I'm gonna do the chapter 9 question, and then we'll jump back to whatever I skipped. Okay. This is chapter 9. No, this is 8 right now. 8. I'm sorry. Excuse me. It's 8 right now. Mhm. So for those that don't know, I'm doing this because some of us have an exam in like a few minutes. So that's why I'm like
Yeah.
jumping around the spot to the
Especially-
place. Yeah. But we will cover everything
Yeah.
in total. Yeah. All right. So this is a random sample of 21, excuse me, empanada stores had a mean startup cost of X bar is equal to 80.93 thousand, whatever, and a sample standard deviation of 17.42 thousand. All right. So help me out real quick, because I wasn't paying attention this day. What is the 21?
N?
Exactly. That's my sample size, right? That's my N. All right. And then I don't really got to label this because it kind of told you it. This is X bar. And this is your sample standard deviation right here. Right? Find a 95% confidence interval. What's my confidence level? Very good, right? For a population average startup cost mu for empanada stores, let X have a distribution that is approximately normal. All right, all right, all right. So this is chapter 8. I'm copying straight from the formula sheet real quick. Oops, going the wrong way, going the wrong way. All right, here we go, here we go. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just getting this ready for us. Right, 1 second, please. I just want to make it nice and pretty for everybody. All right. All right, here we go. Straight from the formula sheet right here. This is chapter 8, where it says confidence interval, right? This is the next page, right? My answer is going to be the top part that says X bar minus E less than mu less than X bar plus E. That's my answer. The only thing I have to do in this question is figure out what the margin of error is, that E formula right there, right? We are not using the top E formula. We're using the second E formula. All right. That's it. Right. The T. Right. So,
Yeah.
right. So now let's just recap real quick everything, right? I'm just going to write this down. So I know that my N is 21. I know that my X bar is 80.93. I know that my sample standard deviation is 17.42, right? I know that my confidence level is, right, 0.95, right? Next that I want to know, right, what is my degrees of freedom? Right, it was just N minus 1, which is? All right, so 21 minus 1, which is 20. Very good, right? And then the last thing that I want to figure out, what is T critical? That's what I'm missing, right? So let's look at how to find T critical real quick. Let me get the table. This is going to be the last table on your formula sheet, the very, very last one. I don't remember. Oh, it's called student T distribution, but it's A10, table 4. Table 4. That's the number I was looking for. Table 4. All right. Somebody recap it for me. What is the confidence level again? I forgot. 0.95. All right, good, good, good. So I'm gonna cut it off a little bit because I can, to be honest with you. Okay, boom. All right. So you're looking at the last table on your formula sheet, right? We're trying to figure out what is our T critical. So my fault. Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I ain't really write nothing significant. I just wrote all the variables out, right? But real quick, using your formula sheet right here, right? We on the last table. This is it right here, table 4, right? We know that our degrees of freedom we said was 20, right? So here goes 20 right here. I'll do red. Here goes a 20 right here, right? And then that's it, right? And then my confidence level is 0.95, right? So when you're looking at the table, right? I know you have like 3 rows of information at the top, right? I'm looking at the third row. That's where my confidence level is, the one that has a C right here, right? Anyway, I'm looking at where they intersect at. Going straight down. I go straight down here, going straight across, boom. So there we go. That's my number right here. You know what? I don't like the yellow. I should have used the blue, but all right, 2.086. All right.
That's too critical, right?
That's T critical. 2.086. You sure it wasn't 3? Let me check again. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So now, right? I got everything I need to find my margin of error E, right? So E, very simply, is equal to T critical 2.086 times the sample standard deviation, which is 17.42 over the square root of n, which is what? Very good. Little calculator, bop, 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 and then there you go, right? What's the answer y'all got? Oh, did I make that bigger? I'm sorry. I'm just wilding today, man. All right, let's go. Yeah. This one you could do straight. You could do 2.086 times 17.42 divided by second square root 21, and I'll give you the answer straight. 7.92 what? 9. Give me one more. Give me one more. Yeah,
6.
6. Okay. What comes after the 6? All right, we good. All right. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that. All right.
Go with the other one, when, standard deviation is known. You know, like.
So listen, after the final, come back and ask me and I'll show you how to do that one. All right?
This is a quick question.
Yeah.
This question, I said like when,
Like you gotta be mad quick because it's not on your test.
No, right? You just do.
No.
Huh?
After the test, ask me that question.
No, real quick, real quick, real quick.
After the test.
Now, real quick,
It's not on your test. That's why I'm saying that.
Good luck.
All right. So real quick, let me just verify this. It's 2.086 times 17.42. Yeah. Yo, if you could give me like 10 minutes, I'll go over the hypothesis test real quick.
but you think I got time?
Yeah. It's only 8 questions. Yeah. All right, I got the same answers, y'all. So we good. All right. Oh yeah, this ain't the final answer. This is just E. All right. So now, right, let's get our final answer. Remember that our final answer is gonna be X bar minus E less than mu less than X bar plus E. Right? So what did I get? I got 80 point what? I don't even remember what the sample is. 80.93, right? So 80.93 minus the 7.9296 less than mu less than, I ran out of space, so I'm gonna do it on the bottom. 80.93 plus 7.9296. There we go. Right? Little calculator, and we're good to go. All right? Yeah. Let me get this real quick. This is 80.93 minus this. We got the 80.93 plus this. Let me see what I get. Yeah. So this is the full answer I got out right here. That's the answer you told me. Yeah. Yeah, you told me that. Yeah. So then this is 73.12337 less than mu, less than 88.85963. Now, technically speaking, this question was talking about money, right? And we know money is in 2 decimal places. So I'm going to round this off, right? But I'm not a fan of rounding, just so we're clear. So this is going to be what? $73 less than mu, less than $88.86. And that'll be my answer.
So are you saying if we put 7.93, it's gonna be a problem?
It won't match my answer. No. Don't round. Don't round. Think of it like that. Just don't round. Yeah.
So you telling us this now, well, I don't know about them. It throws me off.
Round your final answer. Don't round in the middle. All right. Always round your final answer. Don't round in the middle.
Yeah, especially
Alright.
chapter 7, right?
This what happened?
Chapter 7.
What?
And that's.
Right. Right. Yeah.
It's what we've done.
All right. So this is chapter 8. Let me jump to chapter 9 real quick. You good? It's being recorded. You can watch it again. Let me just make sure this is a good question. Hold up. All right, we good. All right, this your chapter 9 question real quick. Real quick. Hold on. Gotta push it back, right? And make that a little bit bigger. All right, we good to go. All right. So it says that X be a random variable that represents the hemoglobin count, HC, in human blood measured in grams per milliliter. That should be per deciliter. But all right, we'll talk about that another time, right? Anyway, in healthy adult females. X has an approximately normal distribution with a population mean of mu is equal to 14.7 and a population standard deviation sigma equal to 2.7. Suppose a female patient had 15 blood tests, right? Over the past year, and a sample mean was determined to be X bar is equal to 16.3, with a level of significance alpha equal to 0.05. Determine whether the patient's hemoglobin count is higher than the population average. All right. So look, whenever we're doing this, right? First, you want to write out what you got. So let me start from the top. I got mu is equal to 14.7. I got sigma is equal to 2.7. I got n is equal to 15, and I got x bar, very good, is equal to 16.3, right? And then alpha, right? Alpha is equal to 0.05. So the first thing that we want to do, we want to state our null hypothesis and our alternative hypothesis. So that's step 1, right? So we have our HO and we have our H1, right? Now, very simply, right? H1 is always the question that you're being asked. H1 is always the question that is being asked. So, hold on, I clicked the wrong thing. 1 second. So, for H1, what am I being asked?
Oh, no, it's higher than.
Right. Whether the patient's hemoglobin count is higher than the population average, right? So, what does that mean? This is going to be mu greater than 14.7. Very good. Your null hypothesis is always the opposite but equal to whatever you got in your alternative hypothesis. So what would this be? Greater than? No. Less than or equal to? Perfect. I couldn't have said it better. Mhm. You can write it like that, or you can write it like this. Yeah, you'll get full credit if you said equal. Yeah. Right? Right? That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. As long as the important part here is that right. You understand that the question that's being asked is the alternative hypothesis. Right? That's the important part. All right. let's talk about step 2. All right. So step 2 is you have to state your test statistic. All right. You have to state your test statistic. So we have, what kind of test is this? This is a Z test or a T test? This is a Z test, right? This is a Z test. All right. Let me ask you a real hard question. On your final, what kind of test are you gonna have? All right, perfect. Okay. As long as we're on the same page. So X bar minus mu over sigma over the square root of n. Right? Z test, right? Y'all know how to do this already. Just plug in the numbers, blah, 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 right? This is 16.3 minus the mean 14.7 divided by the standard deviation sigma, which is 2.7 over the square root of n, which is what, 15? Boom, boom, boom. What's the answer? So I heard 2.30. Okay. All right, you didn't do it yet? All right.
Double check that.
All right, let me verify. Let me verify. Verify real quick. 2.7. Yep, that's what I got. Lorena, what calculator you rocking with? I like it. Yeah.
Answer?
2.30.
Wrong this stuff now.
Huh?
Are you wrong this stuff now and you like to?
Because of the table. Because of the table.
Because of the table.
Yeah. Right? Yo, that is mad work, bro. Nah, bro. All right, watch. Listen. You gonna type it in like this, man. You're gonna type in like this. Look. So you gonna type in. Nah, listen to me. You also what you call Lorena, listen to this too, right? You're gonna do open parentheses. Type it. Yeah, type it. Open parentheses, right? 16.3 minus 14.7 close parentheses. Right? Then you want to hit divide. Then you're gonna go open parentheses. Okay. Then you're gonna type in 2.7. Then you're gonna hit divide. Then you're gonna hit second square root. Right? And then you're gonna write in 15. Then you're gonna close parentheses, click enter. And close parentheses again and click enter. Syntax error?
Yeah.
Ooh, what did we do wrong?
Yeah.
Come here, let me see it. See what you got. Oh, all right. So yours is a little bit more fancy, right? So for you, you just write the 15 and then you just push it on the outside, the arrow, and then you just close parentheses.
I got another calculator. Should I try it on that? But that's like the old school drink.
Which one you got? Yo, you know what it is, man? You see how I have 2 parentheses on mine?
Yeah.
You just ain't put the extra parenthesis. That's all it was.
Wait, let me see.
Yeah, you just ain't put that extra parenthesis at the end. That's it. That
Oh, what?
works. Yeah.
Also, what is it?
Yeah, this is it. Oh, let me show you what it is. Let me show you what it is real quick, right? So I said 16.3 minus 14.7,
Yeah.
not negative 14.7. You type negative 14.7.
Really?
Yeah. So look, you gotta hit minus, right? This is minus right here.
Yeah.
This is negative.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And it works.
2.29.
Yeah.
That was the answer?
Yeah.
2.25.
Damn, you had that other kind of calculator?
So I should go with this one, right?
Yeah.
I can use this for the test?
Yeah. You good, you good. Hey, what's up? How you doing? You coming tomorrow? I'm good, I'm good. Huh? Oh, hey, you take all of them if you want. You know? You want different colors? I got some up here too. Yeah. Mhm. All right, I got you. So anyway, right? That's step 2. Let's talk step 3 real quick, right? So step 3 is I want to find the p-value, right? So now look, your p-value is going to be the probability of your z-test. Now, here's where you get the sign. The sign that you're going to grab from is the alternative hypothesis. So you see right here, you have your alternative hypothesis is greater than. That's going to be the sign for your p-value, right? So this is going to be greater than. Just so that we're clear on that. And then you just write the number that you found. So this is the 2.30. Now hold up. There was we said something earlier, right? About when we look it up on the chart, right? What was it?
9893.
Right, we have to do the 1 minus because we can't find that. So on the chart, we're gonna do the complement probability of z less than 2.30. Because remember, we can't look up greater than, we can only look up less than, right? So this is gonna be 1 minus 0 point what? What is 230?
0.9893.
Let me see if I agree with you. 9893. Very good. So 0.9893. Everybody saw how we got that, or do you want to see the table? Good. All right. So then little calculator, bop, bop, bop. What's the answer? That's what I'm talking about. 0.107. Perfect. Step 4, right? I want you to do the p-value versus alpha, right? So what's my p-value? My p-value is 0.0107. My alpha was 0.05, right? 07? What? Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. All right. I'm going off of memory here. I'm not sure. All right. Here's my question to you. Which one of these is bigger? The alpha, right? All right. So, because 5 cents is bigger than a penny, right? All right. So now, right. Next, we're gonna reject, right? So for step 5, I reject the null hypothesis, right? So if your p-value is less than alpha, you reject the null hypothesis. If your p-value is less than alpha, you reject the null hypothesis. If your p-value is greater than alpha, right, you fail to reject your null hypothesis. All right.
You're not gonna do nothing on the 2-tailed test, right? I'm fine.
Real quick before you go, because I know that was a lot, right? So when you on your test, right, and you forget everything that I said, right? About rejecting and not rejecting and all that, right? Right? You got to remember the original statistician that came up with this, right? This is Dr. Dog right here, right? Came up with this. You gotta always remember this right here, right? When you on the test. All right, there we go. Right there, right? So if your p-value is less than alpha, you already know. All right.
Who's the hypothesis?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yes. All right.
Me too.
All right. All right. Let me. So since we knocked that part out, let's go back to where I skipped. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, but if I get to 4, I'm good.
I got you. So let me jump to chapter 5 and then chapter 4. Then I'm gonna jump back to what I skipped before. All right, so here we go. This is chapter 5 now. By the way, if you missed something, it's all right. Like I said, I'm recording it, so you're gonna have that.
Spent more time for the test.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all get too much time for the test.
No.
Yeah, he could. He only need about like what 40 minutes. Huh?
Chapter 3 is gonna be on the test?
Yeah, we did chapter 3 already. Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, 10 minutes to do my.
But that's good because you have 2 hours, right? Ain't God good? Yeah.
So at least I can get something for me to start, but that's all I'm praying, but.
But the test is easy. This right here is the easiest question on the whole test. None of y'all better get this wrong. None of y'all. For sure, for sure.
What's this?
This is only 12. Only 12. But still, y'all better not get this wrong. Right? This is the easiest question on the whole test right here. All right. I'm not even going to read the words. I'm gonna just write the answer. Let's look at A. What's the probability of a walk-in? Yes, you do. That's what I'm talking about. You know this. All right. Contingency table. You know this. What's the probability of neutral and referred at the same time?
171 or
What is it? Say it again.
171.
All my answers are supposed to be a fraction. So something over something. 27. I heard that.
Yes.
Over what? 339.
Alright.
So 27 over 339. Right? So anytime you have the and, right? You just go to where they intersect, and it's always over the total.
Like whenever.
Right. Wherever they intersect that, right? And it's always over the total. Satisfied.
Seven, and 339.
Nope. What's satisfied? 121. With 339. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yes, you do.
Like 121 over 339.
All right. Yeah, what's very satisfied given a walk-in? Nope.
That's gonna be 51. No, very satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the other chat, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. Okay, okay.
77.
Is it 77 of 139?
Nope. Nope. Just copy and paste.
Is it what, 51 over 77?
Nope.
No, 51 over 30, 139.
That's a good guess. I'm gonna give you that because your test is right now. Alright. So it's 51 over 139. So whenever you see something with the given, right? Very satisfied given walk-in, right? That means out of all the walk-ins, how many of them were very satisfied? Right? So 51 over 139, right? So anything that comes after the given is your denominator. Right? All right. How about satisfied or walk-in? What's the formula for that? Satisfied or walk-in. What's the formula for that? A what?
Satisfied or walk-in, satisfied.
Yeah, a what? Yeah, what's that something? What does it say again? A or B. Very good. So probability of A or B is equal to what? Very good. I love when y'all copy from the formula sheets. That's what I want y'all to do. So what is it? It's in chapter 5.
B, right?
So probability of A plus probability of B. Keep going. Nope. Keep going. Minus the probability of A and B. Very good. So that's in chapter 5. All right.
Step down is, or, right?
That's the or. Very good. Let me show you where that formula is real quick. Oh Lord. This thing just popped up on my screen and all that. Y'all know how to Zoom be, right? Like, oh Lord. Man, wait, come on. Over here stealing my joy. Move. It's the wrong one. Wrong. Move. I'm like, yo, it don't be listening to me sometimes, you know? Yeah, man. When I don't be listening, that's when you got to talk to it sometimes, you know? Like tonight, I'm gonna be talking to my TV screen, right? Sometimes you got to talk to the ball or let it drop, you know? All right. Nixon 4, you already know.
So we're gonna go back to that after, right?
Which one?
The one that we just did.
The hypothesis test?
No, the TV ad thing and stuff.
Oh, yeah. We're not done with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just showing you guys real quick. This is where the formula is that I want, right? This is it right here. Why you? Come on. There we go. Gotta talk to it sometimes, right? So we use a general addition rule, right? Probability A or B is equal to probability A plus probability B minus probability A and B. This is again, sorry. Go away. There we go. This is again in chapter 5, right? Anyway, let's get back to our story that we're doing over here, right? So they want to know what's the probability of satisfied or walked in. That's going to be the probability of satisfied plus, let me go across real quick. Coming right here, plus the probability of a walk-in minus the probability of both of them. So satisfied, I heard 121 plus walking 139. Good. Minus what? Nope. Minus what? 45, right? Satisfied and walking at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Satisfied and walking at the same time. And then all of that over 339. Right? So you got 215. I got you over 339. I trust you. And that's it. Again, this is the easiest question on the whole exam. Don't none of y'all get this wrong. All right. The result, like you probably Monday night. Yeah. I mean, you'll definitely know your result before, what's that month that comes after May, before June? Yeah. Yeah, you definitely pass. Yeah. What's your major? So sweet. I had like nursing vibes from you. I don't know. Okay. Okay, I like that. Early childhood. Let me go back real quick. Doo, doo, doo. Where am
You
I?
guys change this calculator to the TR-36 or just?
Nah, you good with that one? You good? Yeah, you good, you good. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. Alright. I'm sorry? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Like right here? Let's jump to the chapter 4 question. And we're gonna go back to whatever it was I skipped.
The first one.
Which one? No, we did that. We add up all the numbers, divide by. Yeah, we finished that one. Yeah. You know what I skipped? I skipped the and the or question.
Oh, the
Yeah, that thing. That's what I skipped.
I don't know. I don't think everybody doesn't know.
You don't know which one? All you have to do is copy off the table. It's hard about it.
Standard.
Understand it? All right, so after you pass your final, come back and I'll teach you how to understand. I got you. Okay? I got you.
Chris, would you probably like just take the final and then play? No.
I mean,
Like, do you have to take the class?
maybe. I mean, here's the thing though, right? Like you doing early childhood, you just need to pass. Yeah. Just remember, yeah, just remember this letter, C. Right? C's get degrees. That's all you gotta remember.
See?
Yeah.
Wow.
C's get degrees.
You tested it. Can you tell me what percentage is you usually pass in the class? Would the professor
100%.
tell you, like, what grade, not your grade, the overall, like, what's the overall?
Most students always pass. What-
He said-
What's y'all majors? What's y'all majors? Which one? Health science? Nice. What about you?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, he told us in all class, he says.
Liberal arts?
30%
What you
usually
majoring in?
pass.
Okay.
That's a low.
Alright. That's not bad.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, shit, see? He tell you 30% too? 30% passing, that's what he tell us. He's not saying that this group is gonna be that, but he says overall, that's his passing, thing, 30%.
Mm,
We done, we gonna make that. I mean, I'm gonna pass, so
Facts.
I like that. Okay.
Facts.
So, I'm gonna give it a run,
But worst case scenario though, you know that we offer the same class again in the summer, right?
Don't get choked up today, okay? All right, I wrote it down, sis. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not true. A summer class is easier than taking the fall classes. Way easier. Really? Tell me that when I read this. I know.
Cause they want you to learn everything. I don't know.
Chris, you wanna explain this to me or?
Which one?
All those answers you're talking about.
You copy it from the table.
Okay, I can't copy something. I have to understand what I'm copying. You understand? It's simple, but let me just understand it and then I can. If I copy it, then I gotta try to figure it out. And I know it's simple, but I just wanna get the gist of what it is.
Don't worry, you can always look it over in the recording. All right. Let's go to this next question because we only got a couple minutes. All right. So it says in South Africa, the size of locust populations may be related to the average temperature during the time of year when most insect eggs incubate. That's interesting. In the following table, X is a random variable representing the average temperature over the incubation periods in degrees Celsius, while Y represents the length of incubation periods in hours, right? So, little bit. But you know what uncomplicates it? When you get the highlighter. So X is the average temperature, and Y is the periods and hours. That simple. All right. So anyway, let's look at question A. It says plot a scattered diagram of the data. Remember to label your axes appropriately and choose the consistent scale. Step question 2, based on scatter diagram, right? What would you estimate the correlation coefficient to be? And then step 2 is to interpret your results. All right, let's take a look at this. What's happening here? Hold up. Gotta do this. Enter. All right, we back. All right, so let's get this axis thing going on real quick. All right. So we about to do our scatter plot. There we go. There goes my scatter plot. Right? This is X. This is Y. Well, I'm not gonna write Y because I might need more space. Right? All right, I'll write Y. I'll write Y. There we go. All right. Anyway, all right. What should my scale be for my X? Let's look at the numbers. I have 12, 14, 16, 22, 32. You said
Yeah, 10 to 20, 30.
you want to go by fives?
Yeah.
All right, let's go by fives. All right, let's go by fives. So I'm gonna start it off, right? Do I wanna do that? All right. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna skip a few numbers. I'm gonna start off with 10. Why no? You have anything smaller than 10? Yeah.
Five is better.
All right, you do that. Do 5, 10, 15, 20 all the way. All right. So 10. Mm-hmm. This is 15. This is 20. This is 25. This is 30. And this is 35. All right.
In five, but you're starting from, okay, I didn't understand
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is a little bit harder now from Y, right? I have 33, 43, 54, 75, 80. How we want to do this? By tens. All right, let's do that. So I'm gonna skip a few right here. All right. Oh yeah, most definitely, right? I'm gonna start off with 30, then I'm gonna go 40, 50, yep, 60, 70, 80. All right. That you did what? Yeah, yeah. Definitely show that. Right here would be 0. All right. They also said they wanted some labels, right? So what was X again? X was the average temperature. So this is temperature. No, we want names. This is temperature.
That one thing.
Yup.
Never said do that. But-
And then this is our time in hours. That's our time in hours, right? All right. After this, we just have to plot our points, right? Now, I like to plot my points using X's. Y'all can use dots if you want. That's fine. So my first point, remember, these are like a married couple right here, right? This is 12 and 33. So my X is 12, so I go across the 12 and I go up to where 33 is. I feel like that's somewhere like right here. Next, I got 14 and 43. So go across the 14, go up to 43. I feel like 43 is somewhere right here. Next, I got 16 and 54. I go across the 16 on the x-axis, go up to 54. I feel like that's right here. Next, I have 22 and 75. I go across to 22, go up to 75. God bless you. I feel like that's right here. Last, I have 32, and then I want to go up to 80. So I feel like that's right here. You get the idea. Bless you. All right? That's my scatter diagram. Questions on that? Good? All right. Now, I don't. Hmm? Got you. Now listen, I don't have graph paper, so my drawing is very, very ugly. You guys will have graph paper on your exam, right? Yeah, so it'll be more neat than this, right? And you can make sure they intersect right, and you're gonna be able to see a nice picture, right? This is me without graph paper drawing something ugly. All right. So that being said, let's look at part B. So part B is going to ask me, what would I estimate the correlation coefficient to be, right? It's going to give you three choices, positive, 0 or negative, right? So that it's going to be something like this, positive, 0, how you spell 0 again? Z-E-R-O, and negative. All right. Now listen to me, right? Hmm?
The top,
You want to see the question? Here you go.
right there, right
All right. So telling you guys something right now, all right? There is no such thing as a zero correlation, right? That is a hypothetical made up thing in the textbook, all right? There is no such thing in real life as a zero correlation. All correlations are either positive or negative, all right? Period, all right? I read it from left to right, the same way I read a book.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So what would you say this is? Would you say positive or negative?
Positive.
Good, all right? So what's my answer here? Positive. That's part B. All right, that's it. All right.
You're gonna give us positive.
Now, I don't know if you're gonna get positive, right? I don't know if you're gonna get negative, but no, listen, it's either positive or negative. There's no such thing as zero. All right. No such thing as zero. All right. All right, part C. They ask you to interpret your results, right? Here's the interpretation of your results. As X, what's X again? Temperature increases, Y, what's Y again? Hours or time. Does what? Oh, increase. All right. So for a positive correlation, as X increases, Y increases. For a negative correlation, as X increases, Y decreases. All right. Or a negative slope. So negative looks like this. Say I had a correlation like this, I would have some dots that look like that, and it looks like they're going downwards like that. From left to right, the same way you read a book. All right. I don't know what your test has, if it's negative or positive, but it's one of the two. All right. Questions on this? Or are we good? Yeah.
So, okay, so if I draw it like this, I should have made this longer.
I
It
should have
doesn't,
made
it
over.
doesn't matter.
No, but you see, it's not this straight. There's no way it's this straight. You understand? So I should have brought,
What happened
this
to
over.
80? Oh, 80's up
80
there. Yeah. So
That's-
you good, you fine.
yeah, but what I'm saying, it doesn't
Yeah.
look
It doesn't matter.
over
You,
here.
you're not a computer, right? It's
Okay.
not gonna be pretty. Mine look worse than yours. You know?
So what you were saying about the negative, if it's a negative answer,
Mm-hmm.
it's something increase and something decrease?
If it's a positive answer, as X increases, Y increases.
Got that.
If it's a negative answer, as X increases, Y decreases. Y decreases. All right, last question. And then again, you guys will get an email from me with everything that we did today. So if you missed anything, that's okay.
We're not doing anything today, tomorrow?
Nope, just tutoring. You're fine.
So you're not doing anything tomorrow?
I'm not here tomorrow. I have a final tomorrow.
You ever do
I have a final tomorrow.
it?
Giving a final. So it's the last question, right? Go ahead. Your professor's grading your final.
So wait, so the professor all professors not gonna be in the room with us?
Yes.
Oh, okay, and then he will grade it whenever,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
He has to. That month that comes after May.
What?
He has till that month that comes after May to grade it. Yeah. All right, so this is the last question right here. All right. So let's look at part A. This has two parts. All right. Part A says an animal shelter has a 30% adoption rate for puppies. 30% adoption rate for puppies, right? Of all the puppies in the shelter, 25% live to be 7 years or older. Of all the puppies that are adopted, 95% live to be 7 years or older. What is the probability that a randomly selected puppy in the shelter will get adopted and live 7 or more years? What's the key word in this question? It's a little word. What's the key word in this question?
Oh.
Oh, nope. What's the key word? So the question starts with what? And then what's the key word in there?
Start with what?
So the question starts with the word what's, W-H-A-T. And then what's the key word in this? It's a little word.
You said what? 7 or more years.
7 or more years. Nope. What's the key word? What's the key word in this question? So the question is, what is the probability that are randomly? Nope. Nope.
95%.
Nope. So the question is, what is the probability? Nope. What is the probability that a randomly selected puppy in the shelter will get adopted and live 7 or more years? What's the key word there?
Or.
Nope.
Look.
Nope. So it's a little word.
Or.
Nope. What is it? Great. No.
Puppies.
Nope.
30%, wait,
Take a guess. I feel like you'll get it.
adoption rate? The average student has 30% adoption rate of puppies. All of all? Alright, let's do my last one.
Mhm.
All puppies in the shelter. 25% live to be 7 years or older. Oh, come on, man.
It's in the question. So everything that's after that.
See,
What is it?
Chris, you messing with.
What is
us.
it? No.
Chris, you playing with us?
Mhm.
You sure it's not us?
Mhm.
Has.
But I like the way you're thinking. It's not of, it's the other one. I should have never highlighted it either, you know, like it's right there.
Adopted and lived for 7 years, 7 more years.
What's the key word there? No.
More, 7 more years.
No,
More years.
no.
Yes.
no. So,
I like it too.
yeah, I highlighted
Okay,
it.
so wait.
What is
Who
it?
are adopted?
Red? Great, no.
Who are adopted?
It's a little word.
Live.
No,
Chris, come on.
but you're close.
Live to be.
No,
Or older.
no.
Chris, we give up.
It's a little word.
Give up. And I'm pretty sure they all give up. So let's go.
right.
What is it?
I give you a hint. It has 3 letters.
R.
Um,
Get.
no,
Will.
no.
Chris.
It's highlighted in the question.
All. Four. I didn't say I said four. F-O-R.
No.
All. Chris, man, it's done with us.
It's right there. It's highlighted.
Who has?
It's in the last highlighted part.
Lee. More
That's it. And.
and.
Good gosh. And that's it,
You can get that, Chris.
right? That's the key word right there. But you need to know this though, because you have to know what formula to use. All right. So what's the and formula? Probability of A and B is what? I love when I ask the question, y'all go to the formula sheet. That's what I like to see. Because of time, though, I'm going to help y'all out.
The first one,
The first one, right? Read it out to me real quick.
probability of A and B equal probability of A times probability of B.
You know, good and well, we never use that formula ever. Mhm.
The general one,
Right,
the general multiplication rule.
right. So here we go, chapter 5. Just in the interest of time, real quick, right? We have 2 formulas that we use in chapter 5, right? We use this one right here. Probability of A and B is equal to probability of A times probability of B given A. And we use this one, probability of A or B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A and B. Those are the only 2 formulas we use in chapter 5. All right. In this case, we're going to use the and, right? So this is going to become what? Probability of B given A times the probability of A. Simple, right? Now let's go back to our question. They want to know what? They want to know what's the probability of adopted, right? And living 7 or more years. So they want to know what is the probability of adopt and live, right? That's what the question is asking you. All right. That being said now, let's look at what we have in the question, right? So now I'm looking at the top. An animal shelter has a 30% adoption rate for puppies. So what is that? I'm going to write that in green. It is. But more specifically, the probability of adoption, I'm just gonna say adopt, is 0.3. Now check this out. Let's look at the next one. Okay, 30. All right. Of all the puppies in the shelter, 25% live to be 7 years or older. What is that? I want the name. So this is gonna be the probability of. No,
7 years.
no. So this sentence right here, right? I want to understand what this means. Mm-mm.
You want the proper terminology to.
Right. I want the words. Mm-mm.
Probability of 7 years old.
7 years. I give you that. 7 years. I'm just gonna say live because that's a lot to write. Live. After that comes given, right? And then the next thing should be like all puppies or in the shelter. So I'm just gonna say all. That's 25%, right? Or 0.25. Let's look at the next one. Of the puppies who are adopted, 95% live to be 7 years or older. So the probability, right, of live, given that you're adopted, is 95%. All right. Did y'all understand how I did that part? I'm changing the story
Mhm.
into the math. Right?
That's a great way to do it. Imagine if you would have done it
Exactly.
early on in the term. I feel that.
Exactly. That's the way we do this. So right here, they want to know what's the probability of adopt and live, right? Which one am I going to use? Mhm.
30%. And 95%.
That's true. Very good. So adopt and live is going to be the probability of live given adopt times the probability of adopt. Good. So this should be 0.95 times 0.30. And the final answer you said was what? 0. What?
85.
285. Good. Questions on this? Any questions on this? So whatever comes after the given is the one that's gonna be standalone by itself. Right? As long as you could recognize to multiply the 0.95 and the 0.30, that's the important thing. Right? That's the hard part, that's the important thing.
Let me see let me see the. That's the most important part. Yeah, let me look.
So you change the story into the math, you plug it in, and then that's it. Yeah. You don't got to. I'm gonna email it to you anyway. All right. Last thing, all right? So I know that I'm over time right now. Thank you all for staying. So real quick, the probability of rain on any day in the month of May is 78%. The probability that it will be windy on any day in the month is 34%. And the probability of both is 23%. So what is the probability that a randomly selected day in May will be rainy or windy? Right? What's the key word there? Or. Very good. All right, because of time, I'm just gonna write this out. But you guys know the formula for OR, right? Probability of A or B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A and B, right? So using the story, they want to know what's the probability of rainy, or windy, right? So that's going to be the probability of rain plus the probability of wind minus the probability of both of them. Just like that, right? So what's rain? 78% plus windy 34% minus 23%, right? 0.89. Beautiful. Or 89%, right? That's part B. That's the formula. You always subtract the both. A and B, rainy and windy at the same time. It is.
It's not even real.
It is.
It's so simple that.
All right, so that's it for the study hall. May I take this down so that I can start the download, and then be able to email it to y'all?
Chris, you want a sheet with all the stuff?
See, it's right here. You have it. That's the QR code that I asked you to take in the beginning. Oh, speaking of which though, right? Because I know two people just came in real quick. Do me a favor, like scan this QR code and sign in if you didn't get a chance to do that. And then for the part that says reason for visit, you're gonna choose study hall. Let me know when you guys finish doing that, then I'm gonna show you another QR code. Yeah. Let me know when you guys finish that. Let me see. Oh, study hall. One of those is study hall.
Oh,
All right. So, did you finish that? Okay. So let me, I want to give you guys this QR code right here. So this is for the questions that we went over today. In case you guys want to take a look at it again.
Scan it?
Yeah, well, you did it already.
Oh. Didn't find it.
All right, you got it?
Now, I think I did download the app.
You
So,
should have
where would I
that.
Find it now.
You should have it somewhere.
Where is it now? Isn't it on?
Somewhere.
It's gotta be somewhere, right?
All right, I have one last thing that I want to show you guys, and then, oh, no, that's something else.
Okay.
Just one last thing and then you guys can go. All right, last thing that we're gonna do, right? So I'm assuming that everybody's exam is like tomorrow or something, right? Today, good luck, good luck. All right. So for those of you that have the exam tomorrow, all right. Um, let me share this real quick. Everybody here has a BCC email, right? And you all have access to Microsoft Copilot. Copilot, right? Yes, you do. This is Microsoft Copilot right here. All right. What I want you guys to do to continue studying, right? Your test is going to be like the 8 questions that we went over today, right? They're not going to be any different. You guys can copy and paste the questions into Copilot, like so. And then it will actually do it out for you and give you the answer, right? But what I want you guys to do is I want you to go a step further. I want you to give it a prompt, right? I want you to say something like, give me a question like this, right? And then what's it gonna do? It's gonna make up a brand new question with a new story and everything, and then you can do that over, right? And then if you need the answer for it, you just ask it for it, right? Give me the answer to this question. All right. And then it's gonna do it out for you and give you the answer right there. Right. This actually is showing you step by step how to do it. But if it doesn't, you just say, show me step by step how to do this question. All right. So this is free. Everybody has this, right? You all have unique, let's say, challenges, right? Somebody might understand hypothesis testing really well and not understand conditional probability, or somebody might understand the scatter plot and not understand how to do confidence interval. Whatever your questions are, right? Copy and paste the ones from today into this. Ask for another question just like that, right? Try it for yourself, right? And then after you're finished, ask it for the answer, verify that what you did was right. And it'll be good for the test. All right. It's the same process, the same style of questions that you're gonna have. All right. If you saw that there was something that I didn't do today, but you learned it in class, the reason why I didn't do it is because it's not on your exam. That's simple. All right. And that's it. Mhm. Mhm. This is it. May I 8. May I take this off real quick?
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.